All right, let's take a look at AI21. So AI21 is known for models that have much longer contexts than other ones. So if you need a lot of text, like large documents, that's where this one can come into play, and it can be very, very useful. But let's go ahead and see what we can figure out here. I believe that they do have some kind of playground here, an API. But we have chat with Jamba or build with Jamba. Actually, I didn't know you could chat with it. Let's go over to here. And I guess they also have a chat environment, just like any other one. So we'll go over here and take a look. We'll say continue. And so now we are in Jamba chat. I can just say, hello, how are you? Okay. It says, hello, I'm doing well. How can I assist you today? So it would be really interesting to see how this one would perform against other AI-powered assistants, but I don't think this is intended as an AI-powered assistant. This is more just a demonstration of what this thing can do. Let's go over to start building, as this is really what I'm interested in. And so now we have, this is the playground. So we have chat, conversational RAG engine. And so I could see how this could be really good for large code bases. Let's go over to view code. And so we have some code here. And as per usual, we're going to go over to GitHub, and I'm going to make my way over to GenAI Essentials, and I'm going to go ahead and open this in the browser. Okay, and we'll just give that just a moment. And so that is now opening. I've had this environment open from previous videos, but of course, there's nothing special that we're doing here that is out of the ordinary. But yeah, it looks like we have a JavaScript and curl option, but mostly it's Python. So we'll go over here and we will give AI21 Labs a try here. So say AI21 AI21 Labs. And we'll go ahead and make a new file here called basic.ipynb. And in here, we'll add a couple new code blocks here. I'm going to grab these here, and we'll bring them on over. And I'm just going to bring this one up into its own. I like to do the import separately if I can. And we're going to want our pip install. I'm going to do -q, and we're going to bring in AI21 and also python.env. And from our previous examples, I'm just going to split here and go to maybe our Cohere example where we've loaded our imports here. I'm going to go ahead and bring this on down as such. Maybe take that one out. We might not even use the import OS, but that's totally fine. Let's go ahead and give that an install. And it looks like we're going to need a key. So I'm going to go ahead here and make a new .env file. And we'll make a new .env example file. And we'll make a new .getignore file. And I think I spelled that right. We're going to ignore the .env file. I'm going to go over to here. Sorry, back to basic. And I like how it shows us exactly what the key is supposed to be called. Not everybody does that. For this one, it does, and it makes my life a lot easier. So clearly, we're going to need a key. So let's go back over to AI21. And let's see if we can find a key. Let's go over to settings, to API keys. It looks like we already have a key, which is interesting because I don't remember generating one, but we'll go ahead and regenerate it. Maybe they give you one by default. Okay, but where's the key? How do I get the key? Do not share your key with others or expose it in the browser or client in order to protect the securities. View the usage of the key. Okay. How do I use the key, though? Where do I get the key? Okay, so AI21, how do I access the key? Oh, you know what? I bet it's copied it to my clipboard. Let me see. Nope. That's something like when I press this. Are you sure? Yes, let's rotate it out. Okay. Oh, it's over here. Copy. That is not easy to see. Whoever did the UI on that needs yeah, they need to not do that. So we can load it this way. That's totally fine. We probably could take it out and we'd probably still load it. Here it's using Jamba 1.5 large. I'm not sure what their latest one is. We'll go over and say AI21 models. Because there is, yeah, there's like a, isn't there like a newer one? Let's go over to pricing here. No, I guess we just have mini and 1.5 large, which is fine. But let's go back over to here. And so we have this one here. We have a bunch of stuff in here. Like I don't plan on putting any documents or tools here. We're just testing the messaging formatting, which is very boring. Also, we're not printing anything out here, so I assume that we need to print back a response. So I'm going to go ahead here and just say response and just say print response. And then we're going to need some messages in here. So I'm going to go and say messages. And I do not know what format it wants, but let's just assume it wants the usual role content. So we'll say role user, and then we'll say content. Hello, how are you? Okay, and we'll go down here, and then we'll go and paste it in as such. Right, and so now let's go ahead and see if we can run this stuff. So we'll do this one, and then this one, and then we'll do this one. We get an error back. It says, object has no attribute model dump. And here it's talking about Pydantic version 2. I mean, I don't know if I need to specify exactly what response format oh, well, first of all, did we even place this in the messages? We did do that. But I don't plan on using documents or tools. I don't plan on having a stop here. Everything else is fine. Let's try this again. Object has no attribute model dump. So it does not like our messages. So I need to find some example code. We'll go over to documentation here. We'll say get started. And let's see if we can quickly find an example with the API. So yeah, so far, not seeing it, but Python SDK, let's go down to here. Okay. So it needs to be in a very particular user message format. I've seen this with a few APIs, not all of them, but some of them do this where it's structured, and I guess maybe that's what it was talking about when it was talking about Pydantic. So let's go back over to here, and it looks like that's already being, no, it says chat message, but we have user message. So I almost kind of wonder if like this stuff is older. So I'm going to go ahead here and just do this. I'm not sure why there's inconsistencies with the doc, but sometimes these companies do not have time to go and update their docs, which is not a good idea, but it's just what happens. And so here we have messages. I'll just go ahead and copy that. Okay, and so yeah, it's doing some of the formatting for us here. Let's go ahead and run this. Well, first we'll run this. Then we'll run this. And now we get a response. Okay, so that is a way that we can start working with AI21. We obviously haven't covered the advantages of AI21, but this is just to show you how you can start to get working with AI21. But as far as I understand, their big pitch was the fact that they have giant context windows. So if you have very large documents, then this would be a model that might perform very well under that. We'll go ahead and just commit our code. So we'll just say AI21, and we'll consider this one done. And I will see you in the next one, okay? Ciao.